Hello dear students, I am Kamlesh Sakla, and in the previous video that was for your parents. Now we are actually going to start our chapter, physics chapter number 10, that is light, reflection and refraction. Before going through this chapter, I want to request you first see this video, complete video without any copy pen, and see the things, learn the concept properly, and then in the second attempt, you may use all those equipments through which or instruments through which you will draw so many different type of ray diagrams will be there. So in the very first attempt, simply you have to see and learn. Don't write anything. Yes, okay. So let us start. Light, reflection and refraction. Okay, now here I have written the page numbers and the topics which are covered by the NCERT. First of all, we will see the introduction, then reflection of light, then spherical mirrors, rules to form ray diagrams, image formation by spherical mirror, that is activity number 10.3, page number 163, NCERT. Uses of mirrors we will see, and then the secondary portion will be of numericals related to this particular mirrors. Now, so let us begin with this, and so before this, let us take a brief of our previous classes. From which class we had started such type of chapter in which we had such type of term, that is light. So in our seventh class, we had a little bit about this, like we had a torch, and then when we switch it on, then the light used to come from this, and then we have seen that the light over a particular wall, if we are incidenting this particular light, then we will see this spot in between, yes, which was the visible area. Yes, in 8th class, yes, that was somewhat upgraded than this. In this particular 8th class, we had come across the spherical mirrors. In spherical mirrors, then image formation also. Image formation. Yes, here we came across one more term, that was the law of reflection. Law of reflection. Okay, so in this video we are going to see up to the spherical mirrors, reflection of light, introduction we have already done, and a few more basics, how to draw the diagrams, okay, or rules to form ray diagrams. So let us begin with this. So in introduction part, let us see what is light. Okay, so actually in this particular chapter we should not bother about this. Okay, light is nothing but what? It is a form of energy, as we have already studied. We should not go through too much deep in this particular one, because we will see this in our higher studies. Okay, but right now we are going to see the phenomenon related to light, which type of phenomena we are going to see. So first of all, we are going to take reflection. Okay, so as we have already seen in 8th class, the very first, okay, so let me ask you, what is a reflection? What do you mean by reflection? Something which is coming to a particular surface, and then when it is bouncing back or going back through a particular angle, we will see about that. Yes, so we will say that here, yes, something which came that got reflected back or reflected in some other direction. Okay, so here we introduce term or law, that is what? Law of reflection. let us see law of reflection. So as we have already seen, again we are taking a little bit. This is a mirror. What is this? This is mirror. Okay, over this mirror, the very first thing which we will do, say the mirror is AB. This is the AB mirror, over which we are going to draw a normal. Yes, through your scale you may draw the normal. Okay, now this is the normal. Now suppose the source of light is here. This is the source of light S. Now a ray is coming from this particular source of light. Arrow is like this. Yes, when this light is incidenting over this particular mirror, we used to get a particular point. Yes, that point, say this point is O, which will be known as what? Point of incidence. Point of incidence. Now it will be reflected back. Yes, now here we see the angle made by this particular incident ray. This is the incident ray. Okay, the angle made by this particular ray with the normal, say this is the angle I. Angle I. Now what is angle I? Angle I is, this is angle of incidence. Okay, this is the angle of incidence. So when it will be reflected from the point O, it will move in such a direction. Okay. Yes, the arrow which is moving away from this particular mirror, again we will see another angle, which is the angle formed by a reflected ray with the normal is known as angle R. This angle R is known as what? Angle of reflection. Angle of reflection. Okay, now so what this law says, the very first point, which we used to get through experiment, okay, that is what? Angle I is equals to angle R. Angle of incidence will always be equal to angle of reflection. Related to this, we already had an activity in 8th class, so through which we have already calculated that angle I will be equal to angle R. Now second point. Second point says incident ray, normal and reflected ray. All these three will lie in the same plane. Incident ray, normal, that is ON, and reflected ray, all will lie on the same plane. Yes, this is our law of reflection. Okay. Now, wherever there will be a reflection, this law will be followed in general. Okay. Now, one more term, or here, I think you have written this. Now, let us move towards the plane mirror. Okay, let us move towards the plane mirror and the characteristics of the image formed by the plane mirror. Let us see. Suppose this is the mirror, say A and B. Now, this is the horizontal line over which we are going to place our object. Say this is the point O, no problem. Now suppose an object we are placed here, or we are standing at a particular distance, say x meter from this particular mirror. Say this object is O. Okay, now this is the x. Okay, now so we see that at the x, the same distance, that is this one, we used to get the image of that particular object. Now see, the characteristic which we used to see is the height of this particular object and image will be same. Yes. So very first thing which we have noticed here, that the distance of the object from the mirror is equals to distance of the image from the mirror. Is it? Yes. We have already seen, we may see this in our Almira mirror and that all. Okay, although we cannot calculate this one, but yes, we may say that this distance will be equals to this, because this is the plane mirror. This is the first characteristic. Okay, now second one, the height of object, height of object will always be equals to height of image, or we may say the size of object will be equals to size of image. Size of object will be equals to size of image. Yes. Now one more thing is that, okay, suppose in general, yes, when we used to see in our Almira, okay, now there is a lateral inversion. Yes, this is a new term which is known as lateral inversion. Now what is this lateral inversion? Lateral inversion means what? Whatever is over left part, that will be the right part of the image. Yes, the left part here will be the right part of this. Yes, so that will be the lateral shift or lateral inversion, you may say. Okay, so the first thing was the distance of the object will be equals to the distance of the image from the mirror. The height of the object will be equals to the height of image. Yes. Okay. Is it okay? Very simple. Now, one more thing is that this image, the nature of this image will be erect and virtual. We will see about what is erect and what is virtual. Okay, so let us move. This was the basic characteristic of the image formed by plane mirror. Now let us move to few basic terminologies. Okay, like first one is, what is a real image? Yes. What is virtual image? Very basic. Yes. Now let us see what is real image. Later on we will have a few more examples through which we may better understand about the real image and virtual image. For the time being, technical definition is what? A real image. Yes. Real image, it is the image. Yes. It is the image which is formed in front of the mirror. Yes. We may understand it like this. It is formed in front of the mirror. Front of the mirror, first thing. Second thing, or how we can identify that image will be as. Now, it it will be formed, yes, or the reflected ray will meet at a point. Reflected rays will meet at a point of our approach. Sorry, of our approach means what? It means what? That the rays will be reflected back, and we may see that, or we may touch that particular point. Yes, that is point of our approach. Yes. Now, okay. Now this is going to be the real image, or you may say that the real image, the image which can be obtained, on the screen. Which can be obtained on the screen means what? Suppose this is a particular type of mirror, and then suppose the light is coming from that particular direction, and if it meets at a particular point, okay, and if we put something like a screen, then we may see that image over that particular screen is nothing but what? Image which can be obtained on the screen. Yes. Okay. Now this was all about the real image. Let us see the virtual image. Okay. Now virtual image, so just we may compare these particular points. Okay. Now here there was front of the mirror, they are behind the mirror. First. Second thing, reflected rays will meet at a point of our approach. Yes, here reflected rays will appear to meet at a point which is out of our approach. Out of our approach means what? You may say that will be behind the mirror or inside the mirror. Yes, we cannot move inside the mirror. Yes, so that is reflected ray which reflected rays will appear to meet at a point. Suppose this is the mirror, then object is here, then we will have image here. Inside the mirror we cannot move. Yes, so this will be the virtual image. Yes. Now, or at last we may have another type of way to understand that image. Here in real image which can be obtained on the screen, we cannot obtain this particular one over there. Can't obtain over the screen. We cannot obtain this image over the screen because it is already there, what? Inside the mirror. How can we go inside the mirror to form? Yes, so these are the few terminologies through which you may understand the real image and virtual image. See, understand them properly, because when the classes passes, still few students are there which are still confused between the real and virtual image. Okay, real, yes, whatever we can see is real. Virtual means what? Whatever we can see but cannot touch, that particular one is virtual. So that is another way of understanding. Okay, so this was real image and virtual image. Let us move ahead. Now just after this concept, that is the characteristics of image formed by the plane mirror. In your NCERT you are having one activity. Okay, so we will see that activity later on. You have to read that one and you should be able to solve that particular one. Let us move to the next topic, a spherical mirror. Now, what do you mean by sphere. First of all, sphere. What is sphere? Sphere is something, yes, like this. Huh? No, it is not a disc. A hollow ball. We may say a hollow ball is there. Yes, like this. Okay, this is like a balloon or a hollow ball. Yes, so that is what a sphere. Now, suppose if I cut this sphere from this particular one, that is A and B, through this point, and I keep this particular part, that is what? That is the left side part in my hand, and right side part I leave this particular, then this will move like this. Let us see what will happen. Yes, so this will look like this. This is the half part which is kept by me. Okay, yes, and the rest half will move down. Yes, can you imagine? You should. Okay, now so now this was the sphere. Yes, and half part in general in our daily life, such type of thing we used to see, like bowl. Yes, in our kitchen we used to have kadai, like that. Yes, the same thing is there. Okay, now so this is a sphere. When I cut this particular, now I am having this half part, and now this. Now let us see. Okay, so this is the basic concept behind the spherical mirror. Okay, now how to show this? This is the 3D model. Yes, this is the 3D model. Actually it is like this. Okay, but yes, when we will study, then we used to write over the board, which is a 2D part. Okay, so we should have something to show them in a 2D. So let us see. Okay, now in 2D, so this was two parts were there. No? One part was like this, another part was like this. Okay, now so this is the hollow inside part, and this is the outer part. Okay, now so we will show it like this. This is the first one. Now, and this is the second one. Nothing. I should not polish it right now, but yes, I can. Yes, like this and like that. Okay. Now, in one case, we will see the outer portion will be what? Non-reflecting, and inner will be reflecting. Yes. In another one, that the inner will be non-reflecting and outer will be the reflecting. Yes. So once I do like this, another two more concepts used to generate, okay, which used to distinguish these particular mirrors into two parts, which we have already seen. One is concave mirror. Another one is convex mirror. One is concave mirror, another one is convex mirror. Now, let us see. As we have already seen in 8th class, so how it will look like? Okay, let us see. Yes, when the inner part, yes, when the inner part will be reflecting, yes, and outer part will be silvered or it will be covered, okay, means non-reflecting, then such type of mirror will be concave mirror. Concave mirror. Concave. Cave, it is like this. Cave. Okay, so this will be the concave mirror. Now, just opposite, if I turn this back, okay, now I will have like this and like this. Yes. Now, this time the inner part will be covered part, means what? This will be the non-reflecting part. If this will be the non-reflecting part and this is the reflecting part, yes, then Such type of mirror will be known as convex mirror. This will be the concave mirror, this will be the convex mirror. Yes, we should not mug them up. Okay, simply understand the one, and that is what in that particular, they see cone, common name, no, concentrate over the cave. Here it is like a cave. Yes, so job is done. We should not bother about this. If this is cave, then that will definitely be vex. That is convex mirror. Okay, so understood? Very simple concept. Okay, let us move forward. Now, next one, rules. See, rules to form ray diagram through spherical mirror. Okay, now we know what are rules. Okay, rules. Okay, we will study about that. Through spherical mirror also we have already done. Now, what is this ray diagram? Sir, ray diagram? Yes, ray diagram. In 8th class, when we had formed the image, yes. Suppose let me take one example of the exercise question of 8th class. Okay, suppose you had an object, say that object was P. Okay, now suppose, and you had asked to draw the image of this particular one. The object is this and the observer is here. Yes, he is seeing, he want to see the image of this particular one. So what were the steps which we had taken at that time? Let us see. Let us have a recap of that particular one. Is the very first was we had made a straight line. Yes, and that straight line was like this. That was the normal to the mirror. Okay, now what we had done is the same distance. Yes, the same distance above the mirror, we have to pick the same point below the mirror as well. Yes, so we had picked that particular point. Yes, now okay, now the observer was here. Yes, this observer, yes, this observer will see that particular point. Yes, this is going to be the image of that particular. Now we know that how the image will be formed. Only just a single line and then it is striking, we cannot say, because over a single line infinite number of points are there. If we want to be specific, we should have one more point. Yes, we should have one more ray so that we may have one particular point. Yes, that will be the formation of image, or we may identify the image at this particular point. Yes, in general. Okay, now so when the object will see this particular object in this mirror, so he or she will see here. Yes, okay, now so why, sir, why this dash line? Yes, because this is out of our approach, as we have already seen. Yes, we cannot move inside. Yes, that is simply appear to move. Yes, it is not moving here. Yes, so we got a particular point, that is point of incidence, I say. Yes, now what we had done at that time is we had made a normal there. Yes, we had made a normal there. Yes, now connect this particular object and this particular point of incidence. Yes, now see, we are seeing the object, so the ray will come from the object. Again, through the normal, we will have angle I, and then this ray will be reflected, so this will be angle R. Yes, such type of image we have formed. This is the very simple case which I have taken here. So this is known as such type of diagram, although it is the plane mirror, but yes, such type of diagram, these are known as what? Ray diagram. Ray diagram means through ray we are making a diagram and we are forming an image at a particular point. Yes, so these are nothing but what, how we can form the image. Now this was the very simple case, that was the plane mirror case. Now we are going to do such type of things through the spherical mirror. Let us see. Before that, few rules are there. Okay, so we have to see that rules. Rule number one, say rule number one. Okay, now see, we are having two types of mirrors, so we will have rules, separate rules for both. Okay, now the very first rule. Okay, suppose let me introduce that particular rule for concave mirror. For concave mirror, and here let me write convex mirror. Okay, now in 2D, how you will draw them? Okay, so first of all you will draw a straight line. Right now I am not taking the name of this particular straight line. It is although it is known as principal axis, so we will see later on. After that, yes, we will draw a normal, and then through a D. Yes, you have a D in your compass box. This is just like this. Here there is 90 degree. Yes, so you may do that particular D. Yes, you may do through this particular one. So if concave mirror, then we may draw it like this. Okay, then the back side portion, as we have already seen, that this will be what? This will be the non-reflecting part. Yes, if this will be the non-reflecting, this will be the reflecting part. Yes, this particular point, this is O. Okay, now here there will be convex mirror. So how we have to find? Just to reverse it. Yes, so this will be the like this, that is bulging out. Yes, so that is what the back side portion. In both the cases, right side portion will be polished one. Yes, that will be the non-reflecting. Again we are going to have the same point, that is point O. This is the convex mirror, that is the concave mirror. Okay, so rule number one say, what rule number one say? Yes, when a ray of light, suppose here there is a source. Yes, when a ray of light which is coming parallel to the principal axis, okay, just after reflection. Now see, before that, yes, let me give you the basic idea of what will be the different parts of that particular one. Yes, or leave it here just to see how to draw such type of mirror. Okay, there is a simple funda. Okay, let me know that this is the Astra 1. Okay, in which we are going to learn how to draw the exact diagram with the minimum time. Okay, let us see. You are having ruled pages in your copy. Yes, you are having. Yes or no? Now select a particular line. Okay, suppose I select this particular one. Okay, now put the scale. Yes, the scale. Okay, at 90 degree and draw a straight line, that is normal. Okay, that is normal. It is almost normal. Okay, yes. Okay, then take this is the principal axis over which we are going to draw our diagram. Okay, now so 3 lines up, 1 2 3, 1 2 3. Now take your D. Okay, now put this particular one, put this particular point over here. Okay, this particular line should coincide with this particular line. Okay, this line, I am repeating, this line should be coincided with this particular line. Okay, this particular point O should be here at this particular O. Okay, now when this particular will be set here like this, then you have to cover this particular one, that is from P to Q through here. Okay, and you will have such type of curve. That will be the outer one. Yes. Now you may polish it backside. Yes. This is nothing but what? If I draw it completely, then you will see it is just like a sphere, and we had cut it like this. Yes. So this is sphere. This part of this sphere will have a center. Definitely, it will have a focus. Now, sir, what is this focus? We will see it later on. Okay, so this will have, this particular mirror will have a center, spherical mirror will have a center. This particular spherical mirror will have a focus. Okay, this is known as the pole. This particular point is pole. Okay. Are you getting this? Okay. 3 lines up, 3 lines down. Before that, you have to draw a normal, that should be with the dash line. You should, that is the construction part, that's why it should be with the dash line. And after that, what you have to do, you have to put your D in such a way so that this O point should coincide with this particular O point, that is the intersection of this particular line with this normal. Okay, then this horizontal line of D should coincide with this particular line, which is the principal axis. This particular line is known as principal axis. Okay, now this is the pole. Now, as we know, this is the part of a sphere, so there will be a center. This is known as center of curvature. This curve. Okay, so curvature, center of curvature. Then this is the focus of this particular mirror. Now see the basic information. Yes, that is what the distance of a pole from the focus will be known as focal length, and the distance of this particular pole from the center will be known as radius of curvature. This is the focal length, yes, or distance from the pole to focus. Okay, and this will be the radius of curvature. Yes, this particular point is M, this particular point is N. Yes, MN. Yes, now if I draw this MN, then how will it look like? It will look like this. This is just like this, and this is suppose I am doing it like this. So this will be the M, and this will be the N. So this is simply the diameter. This is the diameter. Mn will be the diameter of this particular semi sphere. Yes, yes. So this Mn will be known as aperture of this particular one. This will be the aperture of this mirror. Okay, so these are the basic terminology regarding that particular mirror. Okay, this is the Astra one. Yes, you should remember how fast you can draw this. That will save your time in exam, because such type of diagrams will definitely come. Okay, so now let us come towards our rules, and then now we are going to discuss. We were actually discussing the rule number 1. So let me introduce that rule number 1 for concave mirror. Now, what rule number 1 says: when a line parallel to principal axis, when a light which is incidenting or which is coming parallel to the principal axis, just after reflection, yes, okay, now I am showing a focus here, I am showing a center here. Yes, now this is going to be the point of incidence. Say this is point I. Yes, and we know that in any sphere, from the center, if you will draw any line over the circumference, that will be normal to the tangent. Yes, you have already seen your mathematics, that will be normal to the tangent. So here also, if I draw a tangent here, okay, that will be like this. So if I draw a line from the center, okay, yes, so that will be nothing but what? That will be the perpendicular over this curve. Definitely. So this will be the normal to this curve. If this will be the normal to this curve and this is the incident ray, this is the normal. So that will be what? That will be the angle of incidence. Okay. That will be the angle of incidence. Now, coming parallel to the principal axis just after reflection, it will pass through. It will pass through focus. It will pass through focus. This is the rule number 1. This will be the angle of reflection. Are you getting this? Concave mirror rules. Rule number 1. When an incident ray coming parallel to the principal axis, just after reflection, it will pass through the focus. Yes. Now we should not change the rule. Now first rule for convex mirror. Let us see for convex mirror. So as we have already seen how to draw the mirror, so let me draw this like this. Okay, this is going to be the non-reflecting part. Again, this is the point O. Okay, now see, now in this particular one, actually the sphere will be like this. Yes, so the center will be in the right hand side. Yes, in that one the center will be on left hand side, here it will be on the right hand side. Just half of the distance from the pole, there will be a focus. Yes. Now again here, suppose again the source of light will be same, that will always be in the left hand side. Yes, because we may see that in both the cases the reflecting surface will be on that side. Yes, or towards the left. So the source of light should be there in that particular one. Now again the similar thing, when a light parallel to the principal axis, when a light which is coming, listen carefully. Yes, listen carefully. When a light which is coming parallel to the principal axis, now parallel to the principal axis, now just when it will incident over the mirror, then we will directly have a point of incidence. And at this particular point of incidence, the very first thing which we have already done previously in every diagram, we should make a normal over that. We should make a normal over that. Yes. Now just after reflection, listen carefully, a line which is coming parallel to the principal axis, just after reflection, it will appear to come from, focus. It will appear to come from focus. So it is angle of incidence, it is angle of reflection. Okay, now see one by one, again the similar one. Yes, the first one, the first star will be same, that is parallel to the principal axis. Parallel to the principal axis. Second one also just after reflection. And third one is passing through focus. Here appear to pass, appear to come from focus, appear to come from focus. Appear means what? Something which is appearing means what? We may say that exactly that is not there, or we cannot approach that particular one, but yes, it is there. Yes. Okay, so this was rule number 1. Yes, you should remember this. Let us move to rule number 2. Very simple. Concave mirror, convex mirror. Every time you have to make this diagram. Yes, because these are the separate rules. So let us see. this is the pole, this is focus, this is center. This is pole, this is focus, this is center. Now, rule number 2. It says, when a light passes through the focus. See, when a light passes through the focus. Listen, when a light which passes through the focus. Now again, we are having a point of incidence. So we have to draw a normal from the center over this particular one. Yes. Now, when a light passes through the focus, just after reflection, it will move parallel to the principal axis. It will move parallel to the principal axis. Again listen, when a light which comes towards the mirror and passes through the focus, okay, so this will be the angle of incidence, so this will be the angle of reflection. Passes through the focus, just after reflection it will move parallel to the principal axis. It will move parallel to the principal axis. Okay, now similarly, second one, for see, we have to write both the statements separately. Yes, statements are not same. Yes. Now in this one, this is the convex mirror, reflecting part. I am repeating every time, that is reflecting part here is not same that of that. Here this is pole, this is focus, and this is center. Now here, now see, the statement will change a little bit. Okay. Yes, when a ray of light which appears, see, when a ray of light which appears to move towards focus. Yes, a ray of light which appears to move towards focus. Yes, just after reflection. Yes, when a ray of light which appears to move towards focus just after reflection. Now see, to move towards focus means we are having a point of incidence, so we have to put a normal there. That normal will be from the center. Yes, so when a light ray which appear to move towards focus just after reflection will move parallel to the principal axis. Will move parallel to the principal axis. That will be the angle of incidence. This will be the angle of reflection. Got it? Very simple. This is the second one. Yes or no? Concave mirror, rule number 2. This is rule number 2. Concave mirror, rule number 2. Convex mirror. Now see how to write them in a one page. Yes, you may have a two part. Rule number 1 for concave and then for convex. Yes, in one page you may have both the particular part. One rule, 2 and 3. Yes. May I have this? Okay. Now this was rule number 2. Let us see rule number 3. Very simple, very basic and very simple. Rule number 3 for concave mirror and for convex mirror. Again I am drawing this, yes, so that you may have idea. This is pole, equal distance, there will be focus, equal distance, there will be center. Yes. Now rule number 3 says, when a light which incident over the pole of the mirror, if a light incident over the pole of the mirror, then just see, pole of the mirror means what? Over the principal axis. Yes. So already we are having here the principal axis is working like a normal. Yes. If principal axis is working like a normal, then we will say that this will be the angle of incidence. When a light ray which is incidenting at the pole just after reflection, yes, it will pass or it will be reflected through the same angle, that will be the angle R, angle of reflection, yes, equal angle, yes, so that will be the angle of reflection, yes, and this will be the reflector ray, yes. Likewise it will come just opposite, replica will move away, yes, it is coming, it is going, yes. So that is what, when this is the case, when the incident ray is coming towards pole. Now this is the convex mirror. Again this is the pole, this is the focus, this is the center of curvature, yes. Again when a light which comes or which is incidenting over the pole, here there is no such case of appear to, because pole is there over the circumference, so no need to use appear term because it is there live, okay. So when a incident ray which comes towards the pole just after reflection, it will be reflected back with the same angle, yes, this will be the angle of incidence and this will be the angle of reflection. Again here the principal axis is acting like a normal, okay. So we have completed all the three rules, yes, these will be the basic rules, okay, using which we are going to solve the next activity, in which we are going to form few more different cases for the position of object, and we will see how the image will be formed in a concave mirror and how the image will be formed in convex mirror. Thank you.